Imagine you are building a cult. Who do you go after? The gullible? The desperate? People who will believe anything? No. Those people are useless to you. No money, no skills, and nobody listens to a word they say. What you actually want is the opposite. The college graduate, the nurse, the software engineer, someone with savings, a good reputation, and a family that trusts them. Because a smart recruit does not just join. They bring credibility, a paycheck, and 10 more people who respect them. This is not a theory. In 1997, 39 members of Heaven's Gate died in a mansion outside San Diego. They were not drifters. They ran a web design company that built websites for paying clients. The group NXIVM recruited actresses and a billionaire heiress to the Seagram fortune. Aum Shinrikyo, the cult that gassed the Tokyo subway in 1995, was full of doctors and physicists from Japan's best universities. These were not stupid people. That was the point. And right now you are thinking, that could never be me. I am too smart for that. That exact sentence is the first thing that makes you a target. Let us kill the biggest myth. People picture cult members as weak, broken, easily led. Margaret Singer, a psychologist who interviewed thousands of former members, found most were of above-average intelligence. Most came from stable, educated, middle-class families. So why does being smart make you a better recruit? 3 reasons. 1. Smart people can rationalize anything. Intelligence is not a lie detector. It is an explanation machine. The smarter you are, the better you are at talking yourself into what you already feel. So when doubt shows up, your own mind argues it away with better arguments than anyone else could make. 2. Smart people have something worth taking. Money, a profession, a trusted name. A recruiter is not looking for a warm body. They are looking for a resource. An engineer builds things. A doctor gives the group cover. A respected person vouches for it to everyone they know. 3. Smart people are sure it cannot happen to them. And that certainty is the crack in the door. If you know you cannot be fooled, you stop watching for the moment you are. Nobody signs up to be controlled. They sign up for something that looks good. And the smarter the target, the more respectable the front door has to be. NXIVM did not advertise as a cult. It ran seminars that looked exactly like a business school. Its leader was sold as one of the smartest men alive. To an ambitious person, that is not a red flag. It is a course worth taking. And the recruit thinks they are the one evaluating the offer. That feeling, I am in control here, is exactly what the funnel needs. You cannot feel trapped in a door you believe you chose. Then comes the warmest part, and the most dangerous. It is called love bombing. The moment you show interest, you are flooded with attention and belonging. People remember your name. They tell you you are special, that you get it like no one they have met. Here's why that hits a high achiever harder. Successful people are often respected but not truly known. They are the competent one everyone leans on, and almost nobody pours attention back. Then a group does. All at once. Love bombing does not exploit stupidity. It exploits loneliness. And accomplished people are some of the loneliest there are. Now the funnel narrows. And this stage is built for smart people, because it gets stronger the more invested you are. It starts small. A weekend seminar, a donation, a volunteer shift, each step slightly bigger than the last, and each one you agreed to yourself. Then more money, more hours. You move closer to the group and drop the friends who do not understand. Psychologists call it commitment and consistency. Once you take a step, you rewrite who you are to match it. Add the sunk cost fallacy. The more you have put in, the harder it is to leave. Because leaving means admitting it was all a mistake. So who has the hardest time admitting they were wrong? The person whose whole identity is being smart. Their self-image is, I make good decisions. So when the evidence says otherwise, their intelligence goes to work, not to find the exit, but to defend the choice. A gullible person who gets fooled just leaves. Nothing invested, no ego on the line. But a brilliant person who has poured in 2 years, $40,000, and their sense of self will defend that cage flawlessly. Their intelligence stops being an escape route and becomes the lock. The last stage is isolation. And it usually starts with information, not walls. The group becomes the only source of truth. Outsiders, even family, get reframed as jealous or toxic. Doubt gets renamed as your ego or your weakness. Once the group controls who you talk to and how you read your own doubts, the door shuts. Locked from the inside. By you. And this is where raw brain power turns lethal. Aum Shinrikyo's recruits included a trained physicist and a molecular biologist. That expertise is exactly why a fringe group could make nerve gas and release it on the Tokyo subway on March 20th, 1995. It killed 13 people and injured thousands. A cult of gullible people is a tragedy. A cult of brilliant people is a weapon. So, come back to yourself. The profile is not a victim. It is someone intelligent, idealistic, going through a transition, a move, a breakup, a loss, a new city where you know no one. Nobody gets recruited on their strongest day. They get recruited in the gap. So here is the defense. And none of it depends on being smart, because being smart is what got the others in. 1. Watch the pattern, not the belief. Never mind what a group claims. Does it make leaving hard? Does it punish questions? Does it want more of your money and less of your outside life? Control looks the same no matter what is on the banner. 2. Keep people who are allowed to disagree with you. Isolation is the mechanism, so stay connected. 3. Drop the words, "I am too smart for this." The people this happened to were smarter than they needed to be. The ones who stay safe are not the ones who feel invulnerable. They are the ones who keep watching the door. Cults do not want gullible people. They never did. They want the capable, the trusted, the confident. The dangerous thought was never "I could be fooled." It was "I could not." Send this to the one person you know who is most sure it could never happen to them. That is exactly who it is for.